hair loss. For so many women, it's more than just cosmetic, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It can really heat your confidence.
Yeah, and it comes from all sorts of things, hormones changing, stress piling up.
Diet, even your genes, or maybe an underlying health thing.
Right. So we've been looking into various sources on natural ways to approach this, things that are, effective, safe.
And hopefully cost effective, too. Things you can try right at home.
Exactly. Because while there are medical treatments out there.
Sure, but lots of people prefer to explore, gentler options first. Holistic routes.
Makes sense. So our mission today is to really dig into this information, pull out the key insights.
And give you some practical steps, based on these natural remedies for female hair loss.
Okay, let's jump in. First up, coconut oil. A classic, right? And scalp massage. Why is this potentially helpful?
Well, coconut oil has this interesting makeup. It's full of medium-chain fatty acids.
Okay.
Especially one called lauric acid. It's got antimicrobial properties, which is good for scalp health.
Right, a clean scalp.
Exactly. But maybe more importantly, these fatty acids are, uniquely able to get right inside the hair shaft.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So think of hair losing protein, getting weak. Coconut oil can sort of fill those gaps, reducing that protein loss. Less breakage.
Okay, that makes sense. So how do you actually do it?
It's pretty straightforward. You just warm up, maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of virgin coconut oil. Just needs to be a liquid.
Not too hot, though.
Oh, no. Just gently warm. Then you massage it into your scalp. Use gentle circular motions for maybe 5-10 minutes.
The massage itself must help, too.
Definitely boosts circulation. Then you leave the oil on. At least 30 minutes.
Okay.
Or for a more intensive go, you could leave it overnight. Just wrap your hair up.
And then wash it out.
Yep, wash thoroughly with a mild shampoo.
And how often are we talking?
The general advice seems to be about 2 to 3 times a week for this one.
Got it. Okay, next. This one sounds a bit more intense. Onion juice.
Ah, yes, onion juice.
Yeah.
It definitely has a reputation.
I bet. Why does it supposedly work?
It's packed with sulfur, and sulfur is really, really important for, the building blocks of hair.
Right, keratin and all that.
Exactly. So it's thought to help regenerate follicles, boost blood flow to the scalp, and it can reduce inflammation, too. And interestingly, some research actually points to it being helpful for patchy hair loss, alopecia areata.
Wow, okay. So if you're brave enough,
Yeah.
How do you use it?
You need about 1 large onion, peel it, chop it up a bit, and then blend it into a pulp.
Okay. Messy.
Can be. Then you need to strain out the juice. Cheesecloth works well, or a fine sieve.
Right.
Then take a cotton ball, dip it in the juice, and apply it directly to your scalp. Focus on the areas needing help.
I leave it on.
For about 30 to 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Then, wash it out really well with a gentle shampoo.
Oof, that smell, though. 30 minutes is a long time with onion head.
It is.
Oh.
But there's a tip for that. Our sources suggest adding a few drops of, say, lavender or rosemary essential oil.
Ah, smart.
Yeah, helps mask the odor. And rosemary oil, as we'll get to, is great for hair anyway, so kind of a bonus.
And frequency for the onion treatment?
Same sort of ballpark, about 2 to 3 times per week is generally suggested.
Okay. Moving to something hopefully less pungent, aloe vera. Good for sunburns, but hair.
Yeah, aloe is fantastic. It's got these enzymes and anti-inflammatory properties.
So it calms the scalp.
Exactly. It can really soothe irritation, help reduce dandruff, and it might even help unblock hair follicles clogged with excess oil.
Which can hinder growth.
Right. Yeah. It creates a healthier environment for hair to grow.
So best to use the actual plant. Cut open a leaf.
Ideally, yeah. Fresh gel is usually considered the most potent. Just scoop it out, apply it to your scalp and hair.
How long for this one?
About 30 minutes should do it, then rinse.
Okay.
And you can also mix it with a bit of coconut oil if you want extra hydration.
Nice tip. And frequency.
Again, pretty similar. 2 or 3 times a week is a good aim.
Okay, next we have fenugreek. Methy seeds. I know them from cooking.
They're popular in kitchens, but great for hair, too. They're loaded with protein.
Which hair needs, obviously.
Absolutely. Strengthens the hair shafts. And they also have something called nicotinic acid.
Which does what?
Helps stimulate blood flow to the scalp, encouraging growth.
So we don't just eat them, we make a mask.
That's the idea for topical benefits, yeah. You soak about 2 tablespoons of the seeds in water overnight.
Okay, they swell up, right?
They do. Then in the morning, you grind them into a paste. Might need a little water.
And apply that paste?
Yep, directly onto the scalp and roots. Leave it for about 30 to 45 minutes.
Then rinse.
Rinse with lukewarm water. This one's maybe a bit more intensive, so once a week is probably enough.
Got it. Now, you mentioned rosemary oil earlier. Let's talk more about that. Sounds promising.
It really is. Rosemary essential oil is particularly noted for stimulating scalp circulation.
More blood flow, more nutrients.
Precisely. Which helps feed the follicles and encourages growth. And what's really interesting, some studies have actually compared it to minoxidil, the active ingredient in Rogaine.
Wow, really?
Suggesting it might have similar effectiveness over time with consistent use. It's also thought to support nerve growth in the scalp.
That's impressive for an oil. How do we use it safely? Essential oils can be strong.
Very important point. You must dilute it. Never put it straight on your skin.
Right.
So mix maybe 5 drops of rosemary essential oil with about 2 tablespoons of a carrier oil.
Like coconut oil again. Or jojoba.
Exactly. Coconut, jojoba, almond. Those work well. Massage that blend into your scalp.
Leave it on.
For at least 30 minutes, then wash your hair like usual.
And frequency. 2-3 times a week?
Sounds about right. 2 to 3 times a week is a good routine.
Okay, let's shift to some more traditional botanicals. Amla and hibiscus.
Ah, yes. A classic combination in many traditions, like Ayurveda. Amla, or Indian gooseberry, is incredibly rich in vitamin C and antioxidants.
Which strengthens follicles.
That's the idea. Makes them more resilient. And hibiscus. That's known for nourishing the scalp. And some traditions also use it to help prevent premature graying, though that's harder to measure, obviously.
So how do we use these together? Are they powders?
Often, yes.
Yeah.
You can mix about a tablespoon of amla powder with enough water to make a paste.
Okay.
Then you can add either crushed, fresh hibiscus petals, if you have them, or hibiscus powder to that paste.
Mix it all up.
Yep. Apply it to your scalp and hair, leave it for about 45 minutes, then rinse well.
And this is maybe a weekly treatment.
Generally, yes.
Yeah.
Once a week seems to be the common recommendation.
All right, here's one that sounds almost too easy. A green tea rinse.
Huh. Yeah, it sounds simple, but there's some science behind it. Green tea is full of these compounds, polyphenols, catechins.
Antioxidants, right?
Potent ones. And they're believed to help reduce excessive hair fall and might even support follicle regeneration.
Okay, I drink green tea. How do I use it on my hair?
Super easy. Just brew 2 tea bags in hot water like you normally would.
Okay.
Let it cool down completely. That's important. Don't want hot tea on your scalp. Then, after you shampoo and condition, just pour the cool tea over your scalp and hair as a final rinse.
And just leave it in. Don't rinse it out.
No need to rinse it out. Just leave it.
How often?
Maybe once or twice a week is fine for this one.
Okay. Now, castor oil. I hear this one mentioned a lot, but isn't it really thick?
It is very thick, yes. Viscous. That's partly due to its high content of ricinoleic acid and omega-6 fatty acids.
And those are good because...
They're thought to deeply nourish the hair roots and really give circulation a boost in the scalp.
But that thickness sounds hard to apply.
It can be. That's why the usual advice is to mix it with a lighter oil.
Like coconut or almond oil.
Perfect examples. Mix them, maybe warm the blend slightly, makes it easier to spread.
Okay.
Then massage it well into the scalp. You can leave this one on for longer, maybe 1 or 2 hours.
Or overnight, even.
Or overnight, yeah, for deep conditioning. Then wash out thoroughly. Because it's quite rich, once or twice a week is probably plenty.
Right. We've covered a lot of things to put on our hair and scalp, but the sources also really stress what we put in our bodies, don't they? Diet and hydration.
Oh, absolutely fundamental.
Yeah.
You can't really separate hair health from overall internal health and nutrition.
Makes sense.
If you're deficient in certain key nutrients, it can definitely show up as hair thinning or loss.
Like what kind of nutrients are key?
Well, protein is number 1, obviously. Hair is protein. So eggs, lentils, Greek yogurt, lean meats.
Got it.
Biotin is another big one. Find it in eggs, almonds, spinach. Iron is crucial. Low iron is a common hair loss trigger.
So spinach, red meat, tofu.
Exactly. The zinc is important too. Pumpkin seeds, chickpeas are good sources. And don't forget omega-3 fatty acids.
Flax seeds, walnuts, fish.
Yep, they all play a role. And water. Sounds basic, but staying hydrated is key for scalp health. Aim for that classic 8 glasses a day.
Good reminder. And it's not just food and water. Stress seems to be a massive factor too.
Huge. Chronic stress can literally push more of your hair into the shedding phase prematurely. It's a condition called telogen effluvium.
Wow.
So managing stress isn't just good for your mind, it's really vital for hormonal balance and healthy hair cycles.
So what kind of stress management techniques do the sources suggest? Natural ones.
Yeah, things we often hear about but maybe don't prioritize enough. Yoga, meditation, great for calming the nervous system. Even just regular daily walks, getting some light exercise, deep breathing techniques can make a surprising difference.
And sleep.
Definitely. Getting enough quality sleep on a regular schedule is huge for managing stress hormones.
Okay. So we've got all these great remedies and lifestyle tips. But of course, there's also mentioned a bonus tip about what to avoid.
Right. This is about not undermining your efforts. Basically, avoiding harsh stuff in your hair products.
Like sulfates.
Sulfates, parabens, certain alcohols. They strip your hair's natural oils, lead to damage, breakage.
And heat style.
Exactly. Frequent high heat weakens the hair. So the advice is, try switching to milder, sulfate-free shampoos.
And maybe let your hair air dry more often.
Yes. Give it a break from the heat whenever you can. Be gentle with it.
That all seems like common sense, but easy to forget. Now, really importantly, while these home remedies are great to try, when should someone definitely see a doctor?
Crucial point. These remedies aren't a substitute for medical diagnosis when needed. You should see a doctor, maybe a dermatologist or trichologist, if the hair loss is sudden or really rapid, if it comes with itching, redness, pain, or sores on the scalp,
Okay.
or if you're noticing distinct bald patches forming, those need checking out.
And if the natural stuff just isn't helping.
Exactly. If you've been consistent for a good few months and see zero improvement, it's wise to get a professional opinion. There might be an underlying condition.
Like alopecia areata you mentioned, or maybe PCOS, thyroid issue.
Or even significant nutritional deficiencies that need specific medical treatment.
Yes. Okay, so pulling this all together. It sounds like tackling female hair loss isn't usually about just one magic bullet.
Not usually, no. It's often a multifaceted approach. These natural remedies offer a fantastic starting point. They can improve scalp health, potentially reduce fall, maybe encourage some regrowth.
But consistency is key.
Absolutely key. And they work best when you combine them with that healthy lifestyle, good nutrition from the inside out, and just being gentle with your hair care.
And patience. I guess we need to manage expectations, right? This isn't going to fix things overnight.
Definitely not. Natural hair growth takes time. Weeks, months. It requires commitment.
Yeah.
But by being consistent, nurturing your scalp and hair, addressing your body's needs, you really can work towards healthier, stronger hair over time.
So maybe the takeaway for you listening is to think about which of these ideas felt most doable, most resonant for you.
Yeah, maybe pick one or two to start with. Try them gently, consistently.
And just observe how your hair and scalp respond. It's a journey, isn't it? Figuring out what your unique body needs.
It really is a personal journey of discovery.